Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 22 of Let's Platinum Resident Evil 7. Excuse me. Now, I'm starting from the very beginning, like I've just opened the application. You see the splash screen that you saw at the very beginning, and I'm just going to skip a few things here just because I want to show, after you play the game once, I don't think you have to beat the game, but after you play the game once, you get access to this little opening cutscene. So, loading, close that, checking add-ons. You can press cancel here. I think it still connects you to the network, but I'm just going to leave it. And here's a cutscene that we haven't seen yet. I wonder what they say in that. It sounds like they're saying, go tell, and then I don't know the next word, and then that everybody's dead. So it's really weird. I don't understand. Alright, so we're going to get stuck straight into it. So what we're going to do, go straight into new game, and we're going to go easy. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we cannot skip this opening cutscene. Just going to drop the volume here to about 50 for the audio, so I can speak and concentrate. Actually, I'll take this out. Obviously, you know, this is the second playthrough, and I can sort of talk a little bit more about the story, but I guess what I'll do is I'll probably talk about that more on Madhouse difficulty, because right now I think the most important thing is just to get through the game as quickly as possible while following the requirements. So, and those requirements, now that I mentioned them, these are what they are. So you have to beat the game in under 4 hours. Very simple to do. You have more than enough time to do this in. You have to beat the game only using 3 or less healing items. Also fairly simple to do because of an interesting little like technique in the game as well that you can use, and I'll mention that in a sec. And finally, you have to beat the game using the item box 3 or less times. Now, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, the item box requirement actually pretty much boils down to you have to beat the game using the item box less than 1 time. And the main reason for that is because when you enter Lucas's escape room game, you have to use the item box to deposit all of your items. And then when you get out of the escape room game, you have to use the item box again to collect all your items. If you forget to pick up the D-Series head and D-Series arm for the serum when you collect your items again, you will have to use the item box a 3rd time to collect that. And after you've done that, you cannot use the item box any more times. And then...
She's back.
Actually, sorry. Hang on, let me just think. So yeah, you forget, so you gotta collect those. Huh, and what the hell did I do? I don't know, something else happened in a previous playthrough now, I can't remember what it was, but it doesn't matter. If you somehow manage to you put yourself in a position where you've used the item box 3 times but you don't have any weapons and you're sort of getting towards the end of the game, there is still a way to sort of, you know, fix things, but I'll explain that when we come to it. So those are the requirements. They're not very difficult. You've just got to know like where to go, what to do, and once you know that, it's a lot easier. Alright, so we're going to go through this. Probably should open my guide because I did kind of write what I wanted to do down. Alright, so straight away, the first thing that you have to do is get to the old house, and it's going to be a bit different than the first playthrough, because in the first playthrough we would like basically doing everything, right? We were like watching all the videotapes. We were you know, taking our time, going slow and all that. So this is vastly like much quicker. Just trying to find where the hell, there it is. Alright, and go. Yeah, so straight off the bat, we're going to make it to the old house in, what, like a minute or something like that, compared to possibly like the 5 minutes that it took us the first time. So yeah, it's a lot faster. Also, we had to watch the videotape the first time, as I mentioned, and this time we're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight to where the switch is underneath the fireplace. The beginning part, like up to that fireplace, is like super simple. Obviously, it's just running. Here you can actually just spam X in front of you so that he can straight away open the door, because obviously the light goes off. And now we go here. And it's I think the way they did this as well, you'll notice as I approach the switch to open the secret door, watch how close I have to get in order for it to activate, like right that close. So I think the developers did that on purpose so that the chances were that most players would watch the videotape before trying to access the secret switch, because presumably even on your first playthrough that would be a possibility. Like the game wouldn't prevent you from doing that. I don't know that for sure, but I assume that's the case. Alright, cool. So already down here. The only downside about this beginning part of the game is that, in fact, I'll just raise the volume one more time. There we go. The only downside about this beginning part is that it's really, like, it's quite slow, because you have to, like, Mia will be in front of you and you can't, like, push her any quicker. It's just basically an auto-scroller part of the game. Here, the only way you can make it any faster is just by, like, hugging your corners. There's a section coming up here with where Lucas's body appears in the water. Now, I don't know exactly, like, I've written down a guide for this. It's not like a world record speedrun kind of guide. It's just something to make it relatively easy for you guys to get through. What's his name? Andre is supposed to appear here, and if you just kind of like face sort of back, there we go. So he's supposed to appear, and he'll essentially cause you to stop moving for a second or two. Probably a bit longer than that, probably about 5 seconds. Yeah, it'll cause you to stop moving for a bit. If you face away, you can actually avoid his. He spawns, but you're not looking at him, so it makes it a bit easier.
Thank God I found you.
Lower it a little bit more. Doesn't need to be too loud this time around. Not that it was necessarily loud last time, but yeah.
You contacted me.
No, I wouldn't. Did I? Did anyone see you? Did he see you?
Hey, who else is here? What the hell's going on?
Daddy's coming. We need to go.
Daddy?
We need to go now.
Alright, so you try and like get past her, but no, Mia is the ultimate blocker. Push. Push.
Someplace
Push.
safe.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on?
Come on, Mia. Go.
Baby, you've been gone 3 years.
What was I going to talk about?
Has it
I feel like I was going to talk about something here. I guess I'll talk about the game since we're playing it. Yeah, so we found out that, you know, she was on the boat in 2014. Now she's here. She's been gone for 3 years.
What is this place? What they do?
Evelyn forced her to send the message,
We
and
need to get out of here first.
that's why Ethan's here now.
I think it's this way.
And obviously she's infected by Evelyn at this point already, so she's like fighting her own urges, I think was the word Jack used. Move. Move. Yeah, once we get past this section, it's pretty much non-stop, which is pretty cool. I'm going to try and get through all of this in one sitting. I'm starting this at like
We have to talk.
7:30 at night on a Saturday,
Not me. That wasn't me.
but I really want to get through it.
I didn't.
So it'll probably take about 6 or 7 episodes to do.
I'm telling you everything that I know.
So yeah,
have
we'll
to go this
do what we can. Come on, Mia. You can do it. Yes, good. Go, go. You're so close.
Mia, are you sure you know where you're going?
Family used to bring me food through here. I remember.
The family. You can actually, like, go quite quickly. Like, as soon as she gets to that point, you can squeeze through as well. Good thing Ethan's a slender boy. Go on, Mia.
There. It's there.
Good. Go, go, go. This part, I can't really necessarily figure out exactly what makes this part go any quicker, but, you know, she's like, it's not here, it's not here. Also, just so you know, the photo E001 is here at the beginning of the game, which shows Evelyn, except it's on this side of the room when you play the second time.
It's gone.
I saw the speedrun do this.
We're gonna be a family.
Now that you're here, on my guide I said pick up the doll, because that makes things go quicker. There's another door here, I'm sure of it. And it should say, like, leave me alone. There we go.
No, leave me alone.
Okay, that was actually the first time I tried that, and it worked out fairly well. Alright, yeah, so she gets taken, or, well, we don't actually know what happens there. Push the door open, go. In order to get the next sequence of events started, you literally have to, like, walk in here and walk back out, and if you go that far, and the door, you hear the knocking, and then we get to Mia. Cool, so I'll probably get to the dinner table, I think, by the time this episode ends. Maybe a little further than that. I think her design is really good. Like, they take what she looks like normally and they just accentuate the features just slightly to give her that terrifying appearance. Here to make things go quicker, just rush her. You have no choice. When I played the first time, I was just like, I think because I know how video games work, I was like, I want to avoid her, but I'm pretty sure I have to actually get close to her for this to work. Alright, I can hear her, Evelyn.
I can feel her clawing her way back inside of me.
She's inside me, she's inside all of us.
Ow!
Or everyone, or whatever the line was.
Leave me alone!
So now she's literally trying to fight
I deserve this.
that inner demon. I was thinking about the name Evelyn in it as well. I'm wondering if they called her Evelyn because of like evil in a way. Like it's almost, I mean, it's not spelt correctly, but you know, you've got like Evie, Evelyn, like the letters are there. I wonder if that was sort of a design choice. Okay, yeah, then just keep walking back and forth here until she... I'm sure that's from the movie. Probably from something like The Exorcist or something like that. That sort of rise up into the air. Yes, she missed. Suck it, I win. I didn't take any damage. Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure I didn't take any damage. Yeah. And then she transforms back into normal. That's cool. Alright, what the hell am I supposed to do next? Actually forgot. Oh, the phone rings, yeah. But what makes the phone ring? So I gotta go over here. I think I have to just walk slightly past. And then it rings. Nope, I picked it up too early. God damn it. It's funny, this is the only part that I'm... There we go. I think I was probably supposed to walk into the corner, or just wait like a certain amount of time.
They shouldn't have come here.
That's alright.
What's this? What the fuck is going on?
My name's Zoe.
My name's
Go
Zoe.
Through the attic.
Through the attic.
Go there. Now.
Reminds me of Robin Williams' stand-up, where he says, if you want to be a psychic, you gotta be like one of them Louisiana psychics, like, you gonna die! And then he says something like just ridiculous, and I'm just like, what? I don't even know what he says. Like I'm not gonna try and say what it is, but I think it's just one of those things where he says it so fast. I'm like, what? How does that relate in any way? I think it's Live on Broadway is the stand-up. It's a good one. They're all good ones. It was the best. Alright, cool. So yeah, get the fuse. God damn it. Pop the fuse in there. And jump scare.
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me.
We just saw this scene.
Hurt me.
But you shouldn't have done that.
Have done that! It fucking hurts!
Alright, now she has to get the chainsaw. I was watching a speedrun of this and the person was playing it in Japanese. I think because it's the fastest version, but I'm just trying to... What was the reason why?
See how you feel.
I can't remember what the reason was. But he was playing the Japanese version, and this scene where Ethan gets his hand cut off with the chainsaw was actually, like, the same thing happens. The chainsaw, like, he blocks the chainsaw with his hand, which, you know, maybe some people would be like, well, that was a dumb idea, but, like, what else is he going to do? Just, like, let it cut his face? It wasn't the worst idea ever in the situation. Anyway, the chainsaw comes to him, and he raises his hand to defend himself. But it doesn't cut off his hand in Japanese version because it's quite censored. In fact, there's a lot of differences. Like the deputy, the cop, whose name we never find out, if I'm not mistaken. That's interesting. Never noticed that. Anyway, the deputy, what is it? He gets attacked by Jack, but half his head doesn't come off. You just see like the shovel sort of hitting the back of his head, and that's it. All right, for this part, grab the gun. Try and avoid picking up the first aid med if you can, because remember we're not supposed to use healing items. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Grab oops. Ow. That was a very large amount of damage. Especially considering I'm on easy. Did I win? No. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this. We can't get rid of that. Now I could use the first aid med, but we're not supposed to heal. It doesn't really matter, because I'm actually not sure if you get fully revived here. What the mannequin?
Welcome to
The family, son. I'm not entirely sure if you get revived. Like if your health comes back in this next scene. I think it does. There are a few sections where it happens. Like for example, most likely this section that we're going to see in a moment with the dinner table, most likely the one where we change to Mia and then change back to Ethan. You get fully healed. Yeah, so there's a few sections. And then quickly in terms of healing, I'll mention it again when it happens, but I'll mention it now. The game says you're not allowed to heal, but technically what it means is you're not allowed to use first aid meds. You can, however, use steroids, which heal you fully. This, I believe, is Zoe. I don't know why it's her. It doesn't really... I feel like Zoe is supposed to be a captive of the family anyway, but that is Zoe, for sure. She's the one saying, come on, don't die on us, you have work to do. So I don't know. Again, maybe this relates a little bit more to with the DLC, where we get some more backstory. So I hope to get to that at some point as well. Oh man, this is going to take more than a minute, more than 45 seconds for this to happen. Oh well, it's alright.
Where am I?
I guess I can just pause it. I'm trying to make them 20 minutes.
Sleepyhead. It's time for supper.
Eat it.
Who are you
It's
people?
good.
Where's Mia?
I forgot to see that.
It's good.
There's like a cockroach
Yeah.
crawling around and she slams her hand. This scene's different. He doesn't cut off Lucas's arm. He just he does the same animation, but doesn't actually cut off Lucas's arm.
He got to have his supper. Come here, boy.
You know what? I'll just wait until this scene is over and then we'll continue from there.
Shit, oh shit, oh shit, he's not eating it, Jack! He's not eating
Shut
it!
the hell up,
Oh,
Marguerite!
they said for him!
Get the hell out of here!
You're a son of a bitch! Oh, I can't believe it, you son of a bitch! He's not eating it! He's not eating it!
Special feast. Oh boy.
Yeah, supposedly here Jack is cutting Ethan's cheek. Yeah, I don't know.
Damn it. I bet it's that cop again.
Goddamn pigs.
Coming back for you.
Hello, Evelyn. You're looking particularly creepy today. Alright, cool. We'll get out of the chair and we'll stop. That'll give me a good place to start from next time. Okay. And stop. And the great thing about the thing is you can pause and like, look, 19 minutes, 9 seconds. So it'll always pause your timer when you pause the menu, which is pretty cool. Alright, so I want to thank you all for watching episode 22 of Let's Platinum Resident Evil 7. My name's Ultima456. You're the Ultimates. And I'll see you next time.